So another factor that you should look into when it comes to buying your hair, especially wigs, is hair density. So the more dense that your hair is, the more it's going to cost. So if you ever see hair being marketed as 130% density, 150% density, 180% density, this is talking about the amount of hair in a certain area. So that's what density is. How much of a given particle is inside of this space? Density is synonymous with thickness, but thickness is a little different. Thickness just describes how many single parts make up the actual products, so how many strands of hair make up the actual hair. So you're going to mostly be looking or thinking about the mass or the weight of something if you want to know how thick it is. So generally, one bundle of hair, industry standard, is 100 grams. 100 grams of hair. There are different standards for maybe tape-in hair, how they're sold. That's another conversation for another day. We'll also be giving that information in our webinar, in our ebook. But for simplistic terms, let's just keep it with a bundle. A bundle of hair, wefted hair, usually is 100 grams. Now, if I were to buy bundles of hair to make a wig, I would usually get 3 bundles and 1 closure. So the thickness or the weight of that hair is going to be maybe about 330 grams because of my 3 100-gram bundles and my 30-gram closure. That's usually one person's head of hair if it's thick. So I noticed that when I ask a factory to give me a full net lace wig, it doesn't come that thick. It's usually less than 330 grams. So I learned that when they say 130% density, it's probably only 2 to 2.5 bundles and a closure, which means that it can be 200 and 250 grams worth of bundles. So I think to myself, why would I pay more for less hair, right? So for me personally, I definitely love buying the bundles individually and custom making the wig because I can get more for my money versus buying 130%, which is going to be more expensive and have less hair than 3 bundles and my closure or my frontal. Now, the densities go from 130 to 150 to 180 to 210, usually going up by 20 to 30%, right? That means generally you're only adding 20 grams of hair to the increased density. So you're not adding that much hair. So honestly, let's say 130% density is only 2.5 to 2 to 2.5 bundles. If you're adding another 20 grams of hair, which isn't even a full bundle, that's 1/5 of a bundle, then you're probably at the 2.5 mark, not up to the 3 just yet. And so the more dense you want your wig, the more it's going to cost. So if you do have access to custom making a wig and you want to save some money, try comparing buying your individual bundles and custom making the wig so that you're getting more hair for your money.